When I first moved to LA,
I got your face tattooed on my back.
you know what signs on all the doors read? No actors or dogs allowed.
A line that stood out for me in the movie is, I want to be part of something bigger that lasts, that means something. So I was wondering, so far in your career, what's the thing that you've done that you hope leaves a lasting impression on this world and has meant the most to you?
It's a good question, and maybe in some ways impossible to answer, at least at this point, because I'm probably still figuring that out. You know, I sort of, every time I make a movie, I'm a little bit tunnel visioned, so I just kind of go very sort of deep in on that one movie, and it's only sort of after the movie's done and I've kind of moved on from it that I sort of get any kind of sense of distance and sense of sort of where it might fit, either in what I've done or sort of movies in general. You know, I think all I can say is that I hope to be, you know, contributing to the history of an art form that has meant so much to me, and certainly I always kind of can remember back to movies I've seen or saw growing up that that changed me in some way or another, that showed me, you know, new possibilities either in living or in art or art making or whatnot. And so, you know, I don't know if I've quite done anything on that level yet, but that's the hope. That's what I keep trying to reach for.
I think you have. I really like how, well, at least with Babylon, La La Land, and Whiplash, you have this element of people trying to pursue a dream that's very competitive and in a performance manner, and just like even in this field, it's very relatable. So yeah. I think, and there's something about seeing that on screen that, I don't know, it impacts you.
Well, that's my hope also, is that it ultimately is relatable beyond, you know, like a lot of these movies I've made are specifically about, say, artists trying to make art, but because that's my experience. But right. I think it's, certainly I intended to be relatable to anyone in any field, that it feels like even more and more so these days, that the world feels so competitive, so, you know, there's such a rat race element to being alive today, it feels like, in any corner of the globe. And so trying to kind of convey that feeling, you know, how do you sort of maintain your humanity in that kind of environment? I think, yeah, pertains hopefully to everyone, and yeah, it's sort of a question that I think keeps fascinating me on all levels.
Babylon is currently playing. Check for showtimes at one of Irving's excellent theaters.